Welcome to the Waco Experience, an American story,
We the people.
with your host, D. Scott Smith.
In order to form a more perfect union,
Interviews with leaders in business, government, and nonprofit organizations,
promote the general welfare,
jobs, products and services, and infrastructure for strong communities.
secure the blessings of liberty.
The Waco Experience is an American story, a story of communities across America. It is your story.
All right, today we are at FUZZ Lab right here on Austin Boulevard. So you want to know, what is the FUZZ Lab? Well, we're going to find out in just a moment when we talk to Ashley. I want to tell everybody that this podcast, this radio broadcast, is made possible through sponsors Biddy and Bo's Coffee, great coffee and wonderful people at 110 Franklin in Waco, and Friends for Life, support systems and services for seniors and those with disabilities. Learn more at friendsforlife.org. And Lime Lily, high volume corporate gifting with elegance and style, limelily.com. Chord Buddy, this Shark Tank winner is the best way to learn guitar. Learn more at chordbuddy.com. And The Aspects of Aging with Christine A. Smith, a weekly talk show which features unscripted conversations with experts. Online at agingbetternetwork.com. So here we are at 930 Austin FUZZ Lab, and today's guest is Ashley Newberry.
Hi, Scott.
I'm glad that we get to get together. We met back at an event in the Arts Center.
That's right.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about FUZZ Lab and what is it? And let's get started.
Yes, absolutely. So I know the name FUZZ Lab isn't quite intuitive, as we have seen some folks coming in thinking we might be like a doggy shampoo, resort, something like that. Not quite the picture. So we're a DIY craft studio at heart, and we offer 3 different types of workshops. Our primary bread and butter is our rug tufting, so hence the FUZZ Lab. Rug tufting is a fiber art form that most people have seen or heard of via TikTok or Instagram of others, like actual artists who will tuft rugs in their home and share their art form and maybe sell their rugs online. Well, we've brought that to the general populace. So the average person, actually, we are very beginner friendly. 99.9% of our guests who come through the door have never tufted before. And so our studio guides are trained to really show anyone who has an interest how to do it and have a great time doing it. So that's our bread and butter is our tufting. We offer different sizes, and everything is custom. So imagine painting with a twist is kind of where I start with, and folks come in. They have a general idea of maybe what they want to do, but the main difference between us and painting with a twist is you can pretty much make anything into a rug. So if you and I came in together and I wanted to make a Hello Kitty, and you did not, you could easily make whatever you would like to make. And so it makes for a great date night, best friends outing, guys night, if you will. And you can all be enjoying the same craft, but walk away with something different.
So just give a little description of what this place looks like. Because we're here, we're on the radio, we're on air.
Sure.
People can't see what it looks like. And I'm thinking about those other crafting places, like where you do the ceramic painting and things like that. Those are all like predefined, and all you're doing is, filling in the blanks, if you will.
Yeah.
But yours is very creative. So if I have an idea or something, how do I translate that into a tufting process and walk out with a rug that looks like something I want?
Certainly, yeah. So you see a lot of blank canvases around you versus anything that's pre-designed. We do have a catalog for folks who may not have any idea what they want to do, but we certainly encourage the creativity to start flowing. And we have had guests come through who want to freehand something, or I had someone come in who had created a character when she was like 7 years old. Now she's in her 30s, and she wanted to recreate that character that she had drawn way long ago into a rug, and she did. Our studio is very colorful because of the yarn, our mural, and all of our options, but that's really all they are. Everything else in the middle of the space, as you see, is pretty much blank canvases on purpose. That's intentional so that it can be about you and about what you want to make.
Nice. And we are in the Fuzz Lab with Ashley Newberry today, and we're talking about tufting. So let's get the backstory. How did you and Alpha create this business?
Yes. So Alpha, my husband, bless his soul, I kind of dragged him into this slightly. So if you know us, we are not your quote unquote artsy people by any means. We both have science backgrounds. I'm also Air Force reservist. And so this is very outside of both of our comfort zones. However, something that we pride ourselves in is being able to create systems and to fill a need that we see out there, if that makes sense. We also don't live in Waco. We went to school here at Baylor University, but we live in Temple, and a lot of our friends and family ask, why didn't you open, the Fuzz Lab in Temple? And Waco is, we knew we'd wanted to make our way back here after we graduated, but also Waco has a lot of starving artists, a lot of community support, and just a lot of I don't know how to explain it. It's a feeling. It's just the community and the support is unreal. And Temple, I was born and raised there. I love Temple. Temple's just not quite ready yet for something like this. So anyways, that's how we chose Waco. And how Fuzz Lab came about is as not that interesting, unfortunately, but this is the truth. So I have two best friends. One of them is the crafty one, so to speak. And we wanted to surprise her for her birthday. Took her to the Fuzz Lab in Austin, and we were unprepared. We did not know really a whole lot of what was going on, except, hey, we're going to be going to do this together, because that's all that matters with your friends, right? And so we go. I strap my 5-month-old on me, which I don't recommend bringing a baby to the studio if you're going to be doing a rug, but that's how unprepared I was. I brought my baby. We went. We showed up, and we were at the studio for about 6, maybe 7 hours, because we were just having so much fun. And we actually made a trio. We did 3 different rugs. We did a marshmallow, a chocolate bar, and a graham cracker, because s'mores. So anyways, that's the short version. Is I took my best friends. We had a great time. I love the concept. And then I met the owner, and I was like, wow, you guys, this is amazing. And everyone around us was just having so much fun. I was like, we as in Temple, Waco, Belton, Killeen, this whole area needs something like this. And we started talking about it. That was October of 23. By December, we had worked out a deal with them and found this location in Waco. We knew we wanted to be downtown, and by mid-March of this year, we opened.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you act quick.
Yes.
Act quick.
That might be a good or bad thing. I'm not so sure, but we knew that Waco needed this, and we knew we wanted to do it as well, but as quickly as possible. Yeah.
So starting a business, I just want to talk a little bit about that part of it, just about starting, because this is not your first business.
No, but sometimes it feels like it. I'll be honest. We own an arcade bar. We co-own it in Temple, and then we also co-own an Airbnb in Killeen. All 3 very different businesses. Mm-hmm. We joke this is our fun business. Because our staff, they're amazing, creative, beautiful minds. They're kind, honest, work together. It's like an owner's dream, to be honest. And not to say our other staff at the bar or the Airbnb are not that way, but totally different businesses. Mm-hmm. And so different crowds, different communities. So yeah, it's just it's not new, like business is not new, but this concept is. And so we're learning really kind of what drives folks, who motivates them, and then the marketing is totally different as well with Fuzz Lab. So
Yeah, and I'm interested because we're talking about different communities
Yes.
and the different personalities
Oh,
that you
yes.
have.
I love it.
So you have 3 businesses in 3 different communities.
Yes, we do. So the Airbnb, we purposefully were testing it in Killeen because the military folks at Fort Cavazos, and we want to support them and their families. So we've lived at multiple places, traveled all over, and PCSing or moving between your commitments, your units, is difficult. And also family wanting to visit you, you may not have a place for them to stay. So the Airbnb was kind of our test monkey, and we wanted to service our service members. So hence that location. Temple Bit Bar kind of fell into our lap. One of the other co-owners, he owns the Bit Bar in Killeen, and he was looking to expand. And so we were like, why not in our own hometown in the business? So Bit Bar Temple is located right behind Dynasty Chinese Restaurant. That restaurant my family owned and operated for over 30 years. So it was really smooth, easy transition, and that's how that location came to be. And Temple doesn't have an arcade bar, so we draw a different crowd than the bars.
Yeah. And I just want to take a quick aside, too, and say thank you for serving your Air Force Reserve.
Yes, sir.
So I was Air Force as well. So in
That's right.
radio intercept way back in the days. So, but anyway, that's a different story.
Yep.
What are you doing in the Air Force? What's your role there? We'll
Yeah.
just take a brief little side
Side note.
trip. Yeah.
So I am a space operator, and people look at me like very confused when I say that.
I understand that.
I work in missile warning and space surveillance primarily, but I'm actually out of Shaw, South Carolina at the moment, supporting Central Command. That's the best way, without using any acronyms.
Okay.
So that's what I'm currently doing. I actually deploy in January. I don't know if I told you. I deploy in January. I'll be gone for about 5 months. And
Oh, my
so
goodness.
Alpha is holding down the fort, not only on the business side, but we have 2 young boys, a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old. And life is crazy, but it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be quite a challenge. But again, I, with everybody else, will just thank you for serving. It's a big commitment, and it is a sacrifice for both yourself and obviously for the family as well.
Yeah.
And 3 businesses. That's quite a bit to leave.
Yes.
To leave.
And my partners are fantastic. Gosh. So, yes, I'll update you as when that time comes. Let you know how we're doing.
All right. Well, we're just going to take a quick moment break here, and we'll be right back. And we are back with Ashley Newberry here at the FUZZ Lab. It's on Austin, and this is just a great space. Let's talk about how you found this location, because it's close to downtown. It's part of the downtown. There's some long-time businesses around you.
Yes.
And there's also some newer businesses. So tell us about finding this location, and what did you do to
That's a great
turn
question.
it into a spot?
Yeah, so we're located on Austin Avenue, and that is like 2 streets over from Magnolia, maybe 2 or 3 streets over. When we started thinking about where we wanted to be, we spoke with our realtor, and using our Baylor University knowledge back 10 years ago, we thought, okay, we can either be amongst locals and locals alone, or we can be in downtown where it's growing, and we get a good mix of locals and visitors. And so we looked all over, to be honest, and we knew we needed a large enough space to fit, the canvases and the artwork and everything, like, spaciously, so people had room to work. And so that was just one of the factors. But anyways, we looked all around. The space used to be Sparrow. If you look around, you might find a couple cactuses on the floor, because it was a Western themed retail store.
Okay.
And with the help of a good friend of ours, Ivan, he was our contractor. He helped us turn this space into what it is today. And so we chose this location so that we could serve both visitors and the local community. We wanted to be close to where it's growing, but we're also not really you walk by and you walk in, because it's a 3-hour workshop, to do the rugs. So we knew people would find us online first and then come. But then once they're done, or while they're working, if they want to break and want to go to Union Hall or somewhere for lunch, everything's walking distance. There's no paid parking here. It's convenient for our guests to come, enjoy, and be relaxed. The whole 9 yards. So that's kind of how we chose the location. And our realtor was fantastic in finding this spot for us. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I have to admit that my wife and I were walking around downtown here, and the businesses were closed. It was later in the evening or early evening, and looking in the window, FUZZ Lab. And I had the same thing, FUZZ Lab. What is that? And I look in, and I see the yarn. And then we met at the chamber event at the Art Center, at the networking lunch, right?
Correct.
And then I learned a little bit more about what the business was, and you guys were fairly new. We met in June.
Yes.
So just a few months in. Now it's a few months later. And now I know it takes about 3 hours, right, for the workshop to tuft a rug, for me to put a design up that I want, choose my colors and so forth, and build that out. But rug tufting isn't the only thing that's here at the FUZZ Lab.
That's correct.
What else do you do?
Yeah, so like I said, we're very beginner friendly and family oriented, and so we wanted to provide additional crafts that could cater to the family if it was a family outing, so to speak. So we offer a form of fluid art as well with paint. So it's acrylic paint, and we have mochi bears that you pour over, and we have pipettes to kind of you can use creatively however you see fit, and other pouring methods, so cups and spoons and that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And also that's a shorter time commitment. So the bears can take as fast or as slow as you'd like. So it can go as fast as 15-20 minutes if you're in a hurry, if you want to do it on a lunch break, or it can go for an hour if you want it to. And so the bears range from a keychain size all the way to a bear that stands about 2 feet tall. And that's our secondary craft. And then lastly, we've brought on what is called whipped cream clay. And this one...
This is intriguing. Whipped cream clay, I like it.
Yes.
Let's learn more.
So without seeing it, I'll try my best to explain. Imagine piping a cake, like icing on a cake, with different variations in color. But you're doing this on different items. So hairbrushes, phone cases, pen cases, hair clamps, personalized letters. So you have different options of what you want to decorate, and then you pick your colors, you pipe it, and we actually train you on different methods of piping the whipped cream clay. Mm-hmm. So again, all custom and unique. And then we have a plethora of charms for you to choose from to decorate with, and the charms are unlimited. So the kiddos can go to town, or you can be as specific and creative as you would like to be. I failed to mention, but the bears also has a ton of different colors you can choose from, and so not one will ever be the same, even if you choose the same color. So all custom, creative workshops that can service any age.
And let's talk about who would come. Because
Sure.
we've talked about families, talked about some of the groups that you guys went on. You first got introduced to this process, the FUZZ Lab in Austin,
Yes.
as a little event with some friends. So who's going to come down to the FUZZ Lab?
I love this question because I have seen, so we advertise 12 and older for tufting, but we've had kids as young as 7 successfully tuft a rug. And what I tell parents and families is, if you have a child who is interested, bring them. And we'll just play on the training canvas to their heart's content until you feel comfortable, they feel comfortable, we all feel comfortable with them doing their own rug. And if not, we have the other options. So we've had children from 7 all the way to, like, I've had older women come in saying, I used to do this by hand. There is a tufting gun, a machine that does this now, and they absolutely love it. Also, in between there, so we get best friends, we get, couples frequently. But I have had large groups of men as well come through the door because, again, I'll describe it, but the tufting gun is not just a handheld sewing machine, but it's a power tool, in itself.
All right,
And
so I'm channeling Tim Taylor.
Yes.
Right, the tool man, right?
So sometimes it's funny to me. Sometimes I see the girls bring their guys in and the guys are kind of like, oh, okay, like I'll do something, whatever you want me to do. And they get in it. And when I say in it, I mean they're like, don't bother me, I'm in my zone. And their rugs come out fantastic. I joke because the women talk and they joke and they have a good time. They don't really 100% care. The guys, they want their rug to be perfect, and they are. Because they're using a power tool and they're in their zone, they're in their element. So it's fun to watch. We've also hosted anywhere from a bachelorette party to team building events. We had DPS come. That was a great group. They called it a mental health awareness day. And, they're just having a good time. And so I love that we can cater to a wide variety of folks. And that's just with our 3 crafts. Our space is so large that we're fortunate enough to be able to also host groups, organizations, and teams for team meetings. Waco Tours came in. They did their quarterly team meeting here. We have crochet groups come, book clubs come, and just a plethora of groups that just need a space that they can meet and, meet together and enjoy. So that's something that we also are able to do. If people are interested, they can just email at fuzzlabwaco.com. We currently fuzzlabwaco@gmail.com. We currently don't charge anything to rent the space. So, yeah.
That's a very good price. That's very enticing for a lot of folks.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about events that are coming up, things
Sure.
that are happening. So people know, first of all, what's the website so they can find
Absolutely.
out what's coming, and tell us, what are you guys involved in?
Absolutely. So you can find us at www.fuzzlabwaco.com. Our handles on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook is at fuzzlabwaco. And then some of the upcoming events that we have. So our big one for October is October 18th. That's our Beetlejuice event. So we're doing we're going to have a whole movie set up, show the original Beetlejuice. We're going to be tufting Beetlejuice rugs alongside having dinner and drinks. So we're catering birria tacos, and we'll also be doing margarita, mocktail, and cocktail options. So it's going to be a whole dinner, date, movie night of fun. So it's a Friday night from 5 to 9, October 18th. And then you can get tickets on our website. There's a booking option just for that special event. In November, we will be doing a Tuft and Toast event where we'll be doing a brunch. It's November 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So we'll make it fancy and do brunch, toast, French toast, and then tufting whatever you'd like. So that's more of a, maybe a mom's day out, girl's day out brunch.
Okay, we were talking about this earlier. You just passed right over French toast. Let's not let people think that this is the French toast that Scott's making.
No. So this is special. This is Frenchy Daddy's. I'm gonna butcher the name. Forgive me. I think it's Frenchy Daddy's toast.
Okay.
And they make specialty French toast. So actually, I'll give you his contact because his story is phenomenal. It's kind of similar, working full time this is your side hustle to get to where you want to be and to do something that you love. And he was making this French toast for his family. And he just kind of put together some ingredients that he thought would come out well, and his wife came out like, honey, this is not normal French toast. We have to kind of share this with other people. And so
a discovery is made. Eureka.
And so we were like, how do we collaborate? Because we love what you do. And I'll show you they came and make a rug with their Frenchie, with the French toast hanging out of his mouth. But yeah, so this is like mouth-watering French toast. So we're going to feed you well and then let you toast and tuft.
All right, fuzzlabwaco.com.
That's right.
And people can find the events, sign up.
Yep.
There, email fuzzlabwaco@gmail.com.
That's right.
Yeah. So people will be able to come down, and it's right here at 930 Austin. And you'll want to come by and take a look and walk around. What are your hours?
Yeah, so we're open Wednesday through Friday from noon to 9. Again, the tufting takes at least 3 hours, so our cutoff time is 6 o'clock for walk-ins. But then on the weekends, we're open a little bit earlier, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. And then on Monday, Tuesdays, we'll open for reservations only. We have found that Waco likes to rest on Mondays and Tuesdays. So we're happy to be here if somebody would like to come those days. But we're open Wednesday through Sunday, either noon to 9 or 10 to 9.
Ashley, it has been fabulous talking with you and learning about Fuzz Lab, your other businesses.
Thank you.
There's more to talk about. We'll probably do another one of these sometime soon.
Okay.
And with that, I just want to say thank you for hosting me, letting me come here and hang out in the lab. And I just think what a great gift, because I remember, what would I buy my father that he doesn't have, that he wants, that I could afford?
Yeah,
right?
An experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Spending time together doesn't get
Absolutely.
better than that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much,
Thanks.
and we'll talk to you again.
Thank you, Scott.
The Waco Experience, An American Story, is a production of D. Scott Smith Company, all rights reserved. Thank you for listening.